right, my name's Frank Krueger. I am one of the co-founders of Humble Sea Brewing Company in Santa Cruz. I don't really have a title. I think I'm technically the creative director, so that kind of means I oversee all the marketing, the creative stuff. I put it in quotes because I think creative is kind of bullshit because everyone's doing creative stuff. Making beer is creative. I do I oversee the can labels and just I have the fun job, I feel like. So, yeah, I got into craft beer back in college because I started drinking beer in college and lived in San Diego and just kind of fell deep into the rabbit hole. Eventually, Nick, my business partner, who's the head of brewing operations, he's been homebrewing for like 15 years. He was like, dude, we got to start a brewery. And I was like, man, that sounds like a really bad idea. Like, this is just like, it's seriously a terrible idea. But I couldn't resist. I mean, it's beer, right? Like my background's in design and we were designing brands and apps and all these things that are like not tactile. You can't touch them and feel them and you don't really know the people who are using them. And I just couldn't resist. I was like, yeah, I just want to design can labels forever. I want to see people drink these things and check these cans out and hold them and trade them and share them. So yeah, super stoked with kind of what Humble Sea has become over the last 4 years or so. All right, so the beer that you guys are drinking today is Blood Orange Socks and Sandals, which we're canning literally right now, today, in the house, which I'm so stoked about. So I'd like to say that I know everything about this beer, but I've actually never tasted it because this is the first time we've ever brewed it. So once we actually pop this can, we can figure out what the hell's going on in this beer. The base beer is Socks and Sandals. I hope some of you have had that. If not, no worries. But Socks and Sandals it's like sort of our core foggy IPA. It's the foggy IPA that kind of like started it all. It was our very first foggy IPA, and it's got this balance of, it's got some of the old school kind of piney, a little bit of bitterness, it's slightly resinous, and then it's got this huge Citra bomb, tropical fruit. Our Citra tastes a lot like pineapple, so that's kind of what we're going for there. It's a bit of like a balanced pineapple dole juice with a tiny bit of bitterness on the, a little bit of grip, like a grippy grip. So yeah, and then we've done a bunch of riffs on this. We've done triple Socks and Sandals, double Socks and Sandals. We've done pineapple Socks and Sandals. This is the first time we've ever done Blood Orange Socks and Sandals. So I feel like it's going to make a lot of sense with how pineapple-y and citrusy all these hops are coming off. So yeah, extremely stoked to share this with you guys. Yeah, there it is. Yes. Nice. So if you're checking out the color, you get a little boop detail. It's like our base Socks and Sandals, except for it's got more of an orange hue, which makes a lot of sense because we put blood oranges in there. So super stoked. Gonna try this little nug out. Yeah, so I'm getting a very similar hop profile to what we normally get on our Socks and Sandals. So it's like what I just described. I don't need to say that again. A little bit of pithiness from the oranges. Yeah, so it's definitely got, what's really cool about this beer, this is fun, we're drinking this first time together. What's super cool about this beer is the finish actually just reminds me of orange juice. Like the actual finish, like what this blood orange ended up doing is actually kind of taking out some of that hop bitterness and that grippiness that we were just talking about. And it's just got this soft kind of rolling, palatable finish. And yeah, you can crush a few of these. Yeah, so Humble Sea, I mean, I like to kind of describe Humble Sea as being in the kook capital of the world, Santa Cruz, California. So, I mean, that's kind of why we name our beers these ridiculous names like Socks and Sandals, we're pretty aware of who visits Santa Cruz, like on a kind of a hot touristy day in the summer. Like, you're coming in with Birkenstocks and some tall, thick, puffy white socks. And you know what? Like, I don't blame them. I wear the same thing. This is Santa Cruz. We all grew up here, like in the Santa Cruz area and Santa Cruz Mountains, and we definitely kind of hate that elitist surf culture of people being territorial about waves and the ocean. And so we're also pretty self-aware and trying to make fun of as much as possible, like the culture in which we come from and where we live. And we absolutely hate when people use the word kook seriously. because we're all kooks, and the founders of Humble Sea surf very frequently, and we still suck at surfing. So, you know, we want this ocean to be accessible. It's a great ocean. So that's kind of our jam. We're also lucky enough to be growing. We've been growing over the last year through the pandemic. Just our canning line came online, and I got super lucky with the timing. So yeah, we've been making more and more beer, and it's been feeling really good. Still can't make enough. We still have lots of people being like, dude, get us your effing beer. And we're like, nah, we don't have any. But we're also expanding. We're opening up a couple tap rooms, one up in Pacifica, which is a local little surf town just south of San Francisco. We've been going there since we were kids. It's right in between a surf break and a mountain bike trail that we always ride. So we're super pumped. And then one in the Santa Cruz Mountains in an old historic hotel from the 1870s. It's called Kramer House. So we're opening up a mountain tavern so that you can finish your mountain bike ride literally at the foot of the tavern and then just crush beers. So we're pretty damn excited, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm relaxing on the beach, I prefer anything frozen and blended. So like definitely steering away from beer. I'm going straight slushy mode. If it's pink, it's as good as it gets. Yeah, so I mean, we're pretty honored, we're stoked. We just kind of came up on a 40-meter yacht. It's pretty wild. It's actually in the Atlantic right now. It's coming over from the Med. It's gonna be pretty wild. I think there's like 9 stories on it. We're gonna have a crew of 60 people. We're making loops around the Santa Cruz, you know, like the whole Monterey Bay. 3-hour loops, Friday through Sunday. I don't know, man. Pretty stoked on the boat. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We're super honored that you're enjoying our beer right now, and thanks for having us. Oh, you guys looking for this?
That's it.